fixing backs and dropping facts.
That's right, son. You're so good, man. You're so good.
Too easy, man.
I know,
Too
right?
easy. Hi, my name is Kai Blake.
And I'm Tom Larson.
And we are the boys
of Bass.
coming at you like Kamikaze fixing backs and dropping facts.
Woo!
Man.
What
episode is this, Tommy?
20.
No way.
Bro.
No way. 20
the
episodes.
Big 20, man.
February 25th, 20th episode. What are we talking about today?
Oh.
I know what it was.
Listen, so I tell my boys,
yeah,
their most powerful tool is this right here. The most powerful tool in their toolbox is this right here.
Let's go.
And the subconscious brain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a patient in the other day. Said, yeah, I hurt my knees 5 years ago, right? And I went to the doctor and he said, yeah, in 5 years, you're going to be back here for a knee replacement.
Mm-hmm.
That drives me insane.
Locked in.
Like, where does the doc get that from?
Yeah.
Does he have a crystal ball?
No crystal ball.
But the power of suggestion. So we have to be very careful in how we speak to people because the power of suggestion is so powerful.
Words.
That they're like, yeah, it was 5 years to the day. I was back in there was getting a knee replacement.
Yep. And you know, who's to say whether that's, but a lot of times you'll have that person where they are incessant to believe that this is like on this fifth day. I know in this fifth year, so it means by 2027 or 2023, I need to be back in here because I'm gonna need this knee replacement, this shoulder replacement. He said it was gonna happen. That's what I need to do. And you will catastrophize it in your mind so that it has to happen. It'll gradually get worse. You'll look at that date, and it is not like it won't be in the forefront of your mind. It'll be like in the background. Yeah, subconscious.
In that background stuff.
In that background stuff. In your mind, you just go and you think it's just like, oh, he was right. I don't know how this happened, but like you said, it's just one of those things. Your brain, he will build a believer out of that.
And the subconscious mind, I believe it's like it processes 11 billion bits of information per second or something.
That's
something
crazy.
insane like that. Versus your conscious mind is only like 40, 50.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
So that subconscious mind is so powerful.
Yeah.
And, Henry Ford once said, and I love this quote, if you think you can or you can't, you're right.
Yeah.
So, once you get that in your head, it's locked in your head that, oh, I'm going to need this, it's there, man.
Yeah.
So we have to be very careful too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we're, I'm very like positive and encouraging about it. And like, hey, listen, yeah, this is going to get better.
Right, yeah.
As long as we can make it better, right?
Yeah.
If there's something we can address,
right.
Like this is going to get, your strength's going to get better, your range of motion, this is going to get better.
Things that we can control.
Right, exactly. But not just arbitrarily saying, oh, you're going to get better, because not everyone gets better, right?
And that goes back to like our episode when we're talking about X-rays, right, or imaging, MRIs, right, imaging. Where we're talking, they say, oh yeah, you have a bulging disc, and that's why your pain's there. Now you can't see past it. And it's all the pain. That's everything's there. There's nothing I can do. If I bend over, the bulge is just gonna make it worse, and that's what nothing else. I haven't. Now I've had patients where I go and they're like, you touch their shoulder or something. Like, oh, you're gonna touch my bulge. Like it's stuff that you catastrophize this in your mind. So you could. I'm not saying you don't feel it, but as we all know, pain is subjective. And so it doesn't necessarily have to be that it's hard to measure, but you can make that pain feel real to yourself and it not really be existing. So
and that's pain comes from the brain.
It comes from the brain.
It's a warning system. Say, hey, something's wrong. And so you can get so hung up on that. We got patients that are very pain aware, right?
Pain focused,
Pain focused. That's what I'm looking for.
Yep.
And I have to deflect them, right? Because I'll tell them I don't really treat your pain. I'm treating things that would cause it. So I'll say, well, instead of how's your pain today, I never really say that. I'm like, oh, so are you getting stronger?
Right.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Is that less tender?
Right.
Good. So we're making progress.
Are you moving better? How's your function? How are things? Yeah, because a lot of times, even in school, they say, hey, don't try to stay away from pain. Does that hurt? Is that pain? Because that's what people focus on. That's the only thing. Okay, does it hurt or does it not hurt? Does it hurt or does it not hurt? And that's not a good judgment of how well you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because function, like, oh, I realize I am bending over a lot more often with less frequent discomfort or less times where I feel like I'm getting tight or anything like that. So it's mindset, it's words. Words are such a big thing when you talk to people, man. And like I said, physicians do it a lot of times where they'll say stuff, and I don't think they mean any harm by it, but we see the result of that when people are coming in, they just can't get past it. It is the Bible at that point. By the time they get to us, if they've spoken to their physician before they get here, a lot of times that is the Bible. So now we're having people coming in, they're just, you can't do anything for me. I'm just here because I have to.
And that's just like last week or last episode where we talked about, hey, I'm going to be better in 6-8 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is true.
To a degree.
But if they're not there, then that starts messing with their head too. It's like, oh, geez.
Is I'm doing something wrong?
Yeah, no, I'm not. And that's what I tell people, if someone ever says to you, hey, you're going to be playing basketball again in 6-8 weeks, just run from that person because they don't know that. They don't have a crystal ball.
Yeah.
It might be 2 weeks and you might be back, right? And then that's the problem too, is like you say, 6-8 weeks. What if they're ready to go back in 2?
Yeah.
Right. So now are you holding them out for another 6 weeks when
right.
they should have been back
right.
in?
And then you feel bad because people come in there like, I don't know how many times you got in your emails, I'm sure you have, but people come in like, how long will I be here? How long will this take? Is this going to be 6 weeks or going to be how long is this going to take before I get better? And if I sat here and said, oh yeah, by about 4 to 6 weeks you'll be fine, you'll be back to doing everything, and then you're not, guess what? Now I look like the liar, right? And so it's being honest with yourself to know, hey, there's a lot of different contextual, like different contingencies that go into how you're going to do in that future time. So
right. Well, that's the thing I'll tell people. I'm like, okay, in 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to have less tissue reactivity, right? The tissues aren't going to be nearly as tender or tight. In 2 to 3 weeks, your joints are going to move better. Your strength is long term, but in 6 to 8 weeks, you get stronger because of neurotrophic stuff. But for you to be where you want to be, you need to be here.
Yeah.
Is that going to take 6 seconds, 6 minutes, 6 hours, 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months? I don't know, man. I'd be like, look, you might say in 2 weeks from now when we start, I haven't felt this good since I was, 8.
Yeah.
I don't need to come. Cool. You don't have to do more therapy, right? If we get to that 6, 8 week and we're like, okay, we're making progress, we can continue. We'll talk about that, right? But it's not like, hey, yeah, you're gonna be right here in 6, 8 weeks. We just don't know that, right? And neither do docs, unless they have some kind of crazy research that I don't know about.
Exactly, and I don't think they do, because these numbers that they keep throwing out, they be all arbitrary, just random stuff all the time. Like, oh yeah, they said I should be walking in this time and it'll be fine. I shouldn't have any pain. Or when I come out and it's just, like I said, you don't want to call the doctor a liar, but it's just like he doesn't quite know. It's a roundabout number that it's a general time frame that he's talking about when it comes to tissue healing. Your tissue will be in essence healed, but functionally you might not be.
Here's another good example of the power of hypnosis. I mean, when you're under hypnosis, it's just subconscious mind taking over. You're taking in this instruction and you're just doing right there, right?
Yeah.
So the power of suggestion is so powerful.
It's huge. It's huge, and I hope that you guys are taking this in the mindset, not to say that we're calling anybody, telling that you won't get better this time or that you should be getting better. It's just you go. It's almost, it sounds so passive, but it's like you kind of go with how your body heals, and then you can do things like I tell people. There's stuff that you can do to kind of progress this faster with your consistency with your exercises. Staying compliant with your home exercises, your mobilization stuff, just doing stuff that you're supposed to be doing regularly, making a repetition, that can help promote your healing. Now, if you're just coming here and this one time you're doing it, it might be a little slower. Not to say you'll never get there, but it depends. Because I notice, like I said, I get my patients in here, and I always know my patients who do well. Usually, patients like, hey, they are hell bent, and usually they have a goal in mind, a real goal. Like I have a patient now, they want to climb a 10,000 foot mountain by May or June or something like that. He motivated. He wants it. He's like, I'll do whatever I need to do. I don't need to come here and just give me direction. I'll do it. And I believe him because he has a goal. A lot of times people are just like, I want to be back to walking again. And then maybe that's not a big goal and it's just a thing, but so you might not do, I do my exercises occasionally. And it's going to show in your results and your prognosis of how you do. So just do your part and then your body will do the rest.
So. Right. Yeah. And even this is a good lesson for us too, as dads of boys. Not only are we talking about the power of suggestion with our patients, but our family or other people that you interact with too. Because it's so important, because you tell your boy something, and they can have that with them the rest of their life. So it's got to be very careful with your words and how you come across, how it's perceived. And that's the problem, is perceived differently by different people. Man. So just be very thoughtful in your words.
Yeah, intentional, very intentional, because I know I've heard people say something and just passive, and they're like, years down the line, they're like, you said this, and I'm like, I don't even remember saying it. It didn't mean nothing. It didn't mean nothing to me. But you say it, but you realize like, oh, they took that to heart. So yeah, be intentional and be truthful and be honest with what you can and what you mean by what you say. So,
Yep. Good, man. Well, I guess until next time, go out, live, work, and play better inside your body. Peace out.
Peace.